me take you to the Children and Families HRS report, the abuse report. Is this a report that you made to Children and Families? The first phone call that you made to them?
I did make a phone call to them, but not all the information in this is accurate.
Okay. Are you aware of anybody else making a phone call to them on the 21st of September 1999?
Not from my building, no.
Okay. And you're the one that made the phone call, right?
Correct.
Read from that point for me.
Where are you at? Okay, here it is. This morning, bright red blood was seen on the pad of her bed. The son was present at that time. Carolina was medically checked and found to be bleeding from her rectal area.
Stop there. Did you give that information to Children and Families?
No, I did not.
Did you at any time tell anybody that she was medically checked and found to be bleeding from the rectum?
I need to see at what time I called. I may have told them that Dr. Black had come in to see her.
Okay, but my question is, did you tell anybody that she was checked and was bleeding from the rectum?
No.
Are you aware of anybody else that would have made this phone call and made that statement?
No.
Okay. Go on to the next line for me, okay? It starts with the earlier.
Earlier, son has stated he disimpacted his mother on a weekly basis. It is suspected son disimpacted his mother this morning, causing bleeding from her hemorrhoid. He did not tell nursing home staff she needed to be disimpacted.
Did you give that information to Children and Families?
I may have told them that it was in her record that the son disimpacts her on a weekly basis.
Did you tell them that you suspected son disimpacted his mother this morning?
I may have said that that could have caused bleeding if the son had disimpacted her.
Okay, but my question is, did you tell them that you suspected? And I'm going on their narrative, which
Correct.
says it is suspected. Did you tell them that you suspected that?
Previously asked and answered.
No, I do not remember telling them that I suspected that he had done this.
Okay. Do you know from your review of the records whether she was ever disimpacted while in Sunbelt facility?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Okay. Go down to the next narrative part. Begins 9/21/99, 4:12 p.m. it looks like.
Okay. Carolina is disabled due to the infirmities of aging as evidenced advanced age. She is in bad physical shape. Her son was recently on top of her and kissing her passionately. When staff entered and surprised him, he stopped.
Does that look like the information that you gave Children and Families?
No.
How is that different from the information that you gave them?
Because he was not on top of her when we entered the room.
Okay, do you know where that information would have come from?
Basically, when you call into HRS, you get an operator who does not have any medical background. They take the information, and she may have misinterpreted what I had said.
Okay. So it's your testimony that that may be an incorrect interpretation of the information you were giving them?
It is incorrect. He was not on top of his mother.
Okay. Go ahead to the next line.
A doctor examined her and only found evidence of bleeding hemorrhoids.
Do you know where that information came from?
I do remember when Dr. Black did his examination that he had felt that there were internal hemorrhoids.
Is that information that he gave to you directly, or is that something that you got?
That was a verbal conversation.
That you had with Dr. Black?
Yes.
Do you recall when that occurred?
It was after he had come to the facility to examine her.
That examination that he did at the facility?
Yes.
And tell me the gist of what he said.
I'm sorry, this is Dr. Black?
Yes.
Okay.
He had felt that she had internal hemorrhoids.
Okay.
Which could have been why there was bleeding.
But that he found no evidence of bleeding himself? Did he tell you that as well? Okay. Do you believe that this sentence, again, is a misinterpretation of information that you passed on to children and families?
Well, I did tell him that the doctor had examined her and that we discussed that he had felt that she had internal hemorrhoids, yes.
Well, I guess what I'm asking you more specifically is, it says that, and only found evidence of bleeding hemorrhoids, but what I hear you saying is that he did not find evidence of that, but he suspected perhaps internal hemorrhoids might cause it.
Correct.
And that's a little bit misleading, so I'm trying to figure out, do you think that's a misinterpretation of what you got from Dr. Black?
Yes.
Go ahead and continue reading for me.
Carolina was transported to Florida Hospital South for examination.
Keep going.
He followed her there trying to, I can't read the word. Make her walk. He drug her around the floor, pulling a bandage off of one ankle, decubitus on it.
Is that information that you relayed to children and families?
I had told children and families that she originally came from Florida Hospital South. We did not send her there for examination. She went to ORMC. This is why I'm saying that whoever the intake person was had a conversation with me and then went ahead and obviously typed their report.
Okay. Because you're saying that because you didn't say that.
Exactly, and the facts aren't even. She didn't go to Florida Hospital South for examination. She went to ORMC. She came to us from Florida Hospital South.
Okay. Next sentence.
He forced her mouth open and pours water into her mouth, trying to, and I can't read the next word. Drink.
Which endangers her?
Which endangers her. There are serious concerns regarding abuse/neglect.
Okay. Did that information in regard to forcing her mouth open, did that come from you?
Yes.
Okay. Did he use those words?
Which words?
He forced her mouth open.
No. I said he held her mouth open and that he was taking water, pouring it into her mouth from a cup and telling her to swallow. And being that she had end-stage Alzheimer's, her swallowing reflex was not as it should be. I believe that somewhere I had read or heard that she had failed a swallow study and that she was appropriate for a G-tube placement or an NG tube, and she was at risk for aspiration.
Do you remember how he forced her mouth open? No.
He held her mouth like this, took the water and dumped it in, and told her to swallow.
Okay. Did she cough? Did she have any problem swallowing that you can recall?
I don't remember.
Okay. The next sentence, there are serious concerns regarding abuse/neglect. Is that their sentence or is that your sentence, your words?
I feel that it's very abusive that if somebody is not able to swallow and you're holding their mouth open and you're pouring water into their mouth, that is considered abuse.